What's more exciting than a brand new release to the movie theater? According to Dave and Ryan, nothing. They're the first to see it, so you're the first to hear about it. And this week's latest release is The Last Rodeo. To save his grandson, a retired rodeo star enters a high-stakes bull riding competition. Along the way, he confronts his past, discovers faith, and proves that true courage lies in family. The Last Rodeo was rated PG and is now playing nationwide.
All right, so
there
you go. I just went and saw this movie last night. Ryan went about a week ago.
I went opening weekend.
The Last Rodeo, an hour 58 minutes, rated PG, stars Neal McDonough, Mykelti Williamson, yes, that is Bubba from Forrest Gump,
yep,
and Shooter McGavin, Christopher McDonald in this one. And we'll talk about him here in just a moment because kind of a different role for him.
Yeah.
So Neal McDonough plays a rodeo champion, 3-time rodeo bull riding champion. And things are going great for Neal. And one day his grandson is playing baseball, gets hit. They think he's got a concussion. They take him to the doctor. They do an MRI, finds out he has got a brain tumor. And his mom, which is Neal McDonough's daughter, her insurance will only cover 40%?
Yeah, 40%.
That's still going to leave them on the hook for about $200,000. So he decides that he is going to ride a bull in this, what is it, the PBR Legends?
PBR Legends.
And that's what it's called. It's PBR Legends. First prize is $750,000. So, of course, this is the normal rodeo movie.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that Neal McDonough is in his 50s.
Yeah, so this movie really reminded me of like an early 90s rodeo cowboy type of movie. I did it for you.
Yeah, like 8 Seconds. We talked about that. Yeah. Pure country.
It's a fast-paced story. There's not a whole lot of downtime. Like you said, it's an hour and 52. The whole story, oh, something bad happened. Oh, good thing something's good. We can go. Typical 90s kind of storyline there.
The one thing that I kept waiting for when he started riding in the competition was, and I don't know about you, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, I was waiting for him to get hurt. I was waiting for something to happen to Charlie, to Mykelti Williamson's character.
Well, they both kind of got injured.
They did, but I'm talking like catastrophic something.
Not that I wish that the drop dead.
No, not that I wished that on anybody. But I'm just saying that I thought and felt that something was going to happen along those lines to the point where it was something that just shook everybody. I don't know if you felt that way.
No, this story is very predictable.
Yes.
The whole thing, we have talked about this earlier today. The whole storyline about his son and the grandmother, whatever,
right?
Him having the same thing she had. We didn't really learn or get to know her at all. Like, we see like a flashback of them in the stands when he's gonna ride a bull, and then she turns and she's bleeding out of the nose, and then next thing you know, it's like some years later. And he's just at her grave. You don't really know anything that happened. You don't know anything about what he's been through or what anyone else has been through. It's just flash forward. So, yes, it's sad, but the grandmother dying, it happens. She died young. That's sad, but as a story and a movie plot, it's not very strong.
The other part of it, too, is everybody kind of knows that Neal McDonough will kiss no woman on screen except for his wife. So how did they make that happen?
It was his wife.
His wife in the movie is his wife in real life.
Yeah, I was watching that, and I was like, wait a minute.
I saw that.
And then after the movie, I was like, oh, I Googled it, and I was like, oh, it was his wife.
In fact, she was a producer, I think, even on the movie.
Yeah.
But, it just goes, and it's a very straightforward, it is a very straightforward Angel Studios movie.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anything inappropriate in it. You're not going to get anything like that in it. Some of the bull riders, we were talking about it this morning.
Oh my God.
We were talking about it this morning, the fact that Angel Studios has this, this diagram that they follow for movies. They go out and they get a couple of good actors. Okay.
There was 3 really good actors in this.
They have a somewhat fleshed out story, and the stories for Angel Studios are usually fairly good, but they're just not complete. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like in this one, the 3 good actors, at least in my opinion, was Neal, Bubba,
yep,
and I don't remember the daughter.
Yeah, I can't remember. Let me look that really quick.
Was amazing in this one.
The daughter was really good. I got to say, was it Sarah Jones? I believe is her name. But here's the other part of that. We said we would discuss Christopher McDonald.
Yeah,
Shooter McGavin.
Oh my gosh! Usually he plays like the weasel type of character, the bad guy. He was not the bad guy at all in this movie. In fact, he was an angel.
He really was.
He was the most helping person in this movie, and it was weird to watch.
It was
he played this like multi-millionaire type of cowboy guy who was in charge of the promotion and everything. And like any point I was just waiting him to go.
It was very unsettling seeing him play a decent human being.
I know.
Let's just be honest.
That just means he's got range.
Yeah, I guess.
Remember how we talked about character development last week?
That's right. But
Boom.
One thing we talked about is the fact that it was very unsettling to see him play this good guy.
It wasn't unsettling.
And that was another thing that you kept waiting for the other shoe to drop with him.
Yeah.
The whole movie, you kept waiting for that. But no, he was really good in it, and yeah, he became an angel and rescued everything. Kind of came to the day. So it was. So you had those good actors. Then they actually went out and got rodeo cowboys to play rodeo cowboys in the movie.
I don't know who he was. He's a real professional bull rider, but when he talked, his jaw never moved. He just kind of talked like this. And if you're watching me on Facebook and YouTube, you can see my jaw is not really moving, and that's how he talked. And it sounded so weird.
He talked that way the whole time.
The whole movie.
And
I just wanted someone to slap him.
But so yeah, and you've got a few, and I think mostly they did that so that they could have the close-ups of them at least riding.
Yeah.
And so it worked for that. But yeah, the acting was not great. And then there were some continuity issues that I told Ryan about that every now and then I will watch. And if you go to see this movie, make sure you check it out, because when they start out,
Eagle-Eye Dave over there.
Yeah, it might be the only thing that I noticed. But when they start out driving, the truck is from Texas. And then there's one scene when they're driving down the road and the truck is magically now from Colorado. and so little things like that. But
they were on the lam. They had to switch up plates.
I guess stole plates off of another truck. Whatever works for them. But no, it's a good family movie. It really is. It's an uplifting story. And I think that's what Angel Studios is kind of geared toward now, that they're headed in this direction with these movies. I'm going to give this one a solid 3 buckets. I think it was a good movie. The story is pretty decent. But it's not like some of the other movies that we'll talk about here in just a little bit from them. But I would give it 3 popcorn buckets out of 5. I thought it was a really good movie.
It was a good movie. And I'm going to give this one 3.5. So just because I thought, like I said, I thought she did an amazing job.
I'm knocking him down a half for that license plate.
Well, Dave,
I'm a stickler.
You're a stickler for a pickler.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. And please don't try to explain. We're live right now. So, like I said, this one is from Angel Studios, and there are quite a few Angel Studios that we've seen, that we've reviewed, and so we thought it would be interesting to dive into that. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about some of the history behind Angel Studios, and then some of their bigger releases, including the movies that we've seen and that we've reviewed. And there is a TV series that is, I'm going to say it's taking over, that a lot of people enjoy, that's from Angel Studios.
It's like the next Yellowstone type.
Something like that. And some people may not realize that it's an Angel Studios production. We're going to talk about all of that when we come back on Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.